Thought I already pressed. It's interesting. Why is it telling me that I'm not live? YouTube is wild this morning. That was awkward. I was like, why is it saying that I'm not live? Alright. Let me see how much the... Okay, never mind, we're good. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this thing started.
This meeting is being recorded.
Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, everybody. It is your boy ABK, and thank you for checking out another one of my intraday/day trade setups, analysis, whatever you want to call it, right? I'm terrible with naming these, but I just call them what I call them. So let's go ahead and get this started. So I've already done my weekly analysis, and again, I am looking for the DXY because that's where we're starting on. I am looking for the DXY. Let me push this out the way to push to the downside to this buy box. I am still looking for this move to play out overall in the DXY. So I'm going on to the lower time frames, and I am going to look for a potential short setup that I am seeing playing out right now. So let's say from this high to this low, you know, I naturally would want to see price climb up a little higher to where this where the manipulation basically happened, right? Like in this area, not necessarily where the manipulation happened. Forgot what Peyton called it. Like I learned that stuff from Peyton because I'm always a student to the game, and Peyton be dropping that fire to me. So, anyways, I'm looking for price to push up to 92.215, and then I'm looking for price to push to the downside, right? That's basically what I am still watching out for, although I do know the possibility of price just making kind of this double top right here. Well, not double top, I wouldn't call it that, but price coming to this structure, which would probably be like the 50% fib. Oops, my bad. I hate when I do that. I don't trade with the 50% fib by any means, but I do know that sometimes price does respect it. So, like I said, I could see the possibility of price rejecting right here, but at the same time, you know, I would just probably be like, okay, maybe price will come and grab liquidity up here and then push to the upside, right? But nonetheless, that's what I'm trying to see right now. So, price did indeed reject this 71%. Let me go on to the daily time frame real quick so I could just show that. So price did reject off of this zone that I drew at the 92.319, where I was saying that price could most likely would retrace from. Let me see if I have that here. Yep, right here. From this high to this low. So again, this could be potentially continuation. It could be, but that's not what I'm looking for, realistically speaking, because again, I do believe that this could be definitely the start of a bull run on the DXY, because the way how this price moved like that, I don't think that it's not going to be. But again, I could be wrong about that. So still watching for that overall, but I am looking for that buy move. So let me go ahead and hide this. Oops, not that either. I have a lot of stuff that I can't wait until next week so I could delete my whole chart and then just start a new fresh chart. So yeah, overall, I'm still watching for this, potentially. Price is currently over the 50 EMA on the 30-minute, but I'm not really caring for that. If I go over to arbitrage, then I can see on the 1 hour time frame that the sell had been called and it's already like pushed to the downside. But the way how price will trace, again, price, it could easily come up to this upper danger zone right here and then push to the downside. But as of right now, I wouldn't try to get into anything, because it looks like price may, if price respects the mean line and the RSI line right here, then it could continue going to the upside and maybe even make a double top on the 1 hour time frame, so, or an M pattern, whatever you want to call it, right? So that's what I'm watching for. 4 hour looks like it might be setting up on the DXY, but we'll see how that plays out. And overall, like I said, just watch out, because 30-minute called for a buy as well. It looks like it's playing out a little bit, but still overall going to be watching the DXY for shorts. Like, I like this play right here for sure, so I'm going to go ahead and set an alert up here. Possibly catch something. Okay. Only once. Alright, let's see what that does. So, it's going over to Euro USD. Alright, so Euro USD. Same thing, right? Basically same thing. Price bouncing off the demand zone, pushing to the upside. Still want to see this sell box where price pushes up to that, the likes of 1.20468. And then for continuation, that's where I'll be looking for another entry for a potential, you know, just an addition to the swing. Then boom. So that's what I'm still looking for overall. 1 hour time frame. So price did, I did mention that price could possibly make this W. Hold on. This W right here, then push to the upside. And then which it did. I thought it was gonna push down lower. That's why I didn't play the W. But if you did, then hey, that's nice money right there, honestly. And then now this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that retracement, the continuation to the upside. If I can get that with some decent volume on the lower time frame, then that would be fire to me. Like, cause there's no volume right here right now, right? Let me see what the volume profile looks like. Ooh, all the way up here? I don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing that necessarily, but, and there's like barely any volume down here at all. But if you go onto the daily time frame, you can see that it's long term over here. So I'm not even worried about the 1 hour, to be quite frank. But like I said, possibility, it definitely stands for price to still nonetheless come all the way up over here to like 1.21374. That's why I have an alert there, because price can potentially get there, you know. But I'm not necessarily watching for that. Like I said, I'm sticking to what I mentioned, that I'm looking for the sell over here. And so with the 30-minute time frame, let me get rid of this real quick. Hide. So I would like to see the likes of like 1.8700 get hit, and then I would be like, okay, yes, now I would like to try to get into a buy on Euro USD. If that's what it's gonna do, is making this double top and then gonna retrace a continuation, then I'll take that. You know, that's what I would rather see than for price to just go down, do a fake out, or consolidate over here, you know. But again, DXY did make a big, Euro USD did make a very big move, so there could be a lot of consolidation down here. Let me put my chat on just to make sure. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be watching for on the DXY this morning, and maybe like throughout the day. Want to see what the volume is going to be looking like. I don't like, again, and let me just put the 50% fib on so you guys can see it. Again, price could be just rejecting off of this 50% fib. I don't trade off of that. That's just, I don't like the pricing. I use the fib strictly just to get entries, like that's, and to see where price is gonna potentially like reverse at, you know, higher probability chances. So I'm gonna wait and see. And if I don't get this price at 1.8700 and see some price action on the smaller time frames, I'm not gonna get into a buy. So that's for Euro USD. Arbitrage has already called for the buy. And again, I really don't care with how the 1 hour time frame is looking. It did play out with the break and retest of the RSI line. I would have rather wanted the buy call to have been like around over here rather than here, because this buy is what I usually watch out for. But I could also like just wait for the break and retest. But again, that sometimes leads to a fake. So I just left it alone. I'm like, I'm not even going to talk about it. Just leave it alone. 4 hour time frame. It is looking like it's setting up for a potential buy. So that's a good outlook on that. But the 1 hour time frame, I'm not really too crazy over. I'm going to look at the 2 hour time frame though. So 2 hour time frame called for a buy. It's riding on this, just like literally riding on this lower danger zone and RSI line. And I do like that I'm seeing this green candle. That means that there's like bullish pressure amongst here. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and set an alert right here. But with this alert, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it as a long exit, and I'm not even gonna wait for the candle to close. I'm gonna see once that sell signal comes on, what is gonna be like, is it really gonna sell, or what's up, So I'm gonna have that on create, and I'm probably gonna look to get into a buy. Like I said, I'm looking for overall, hey, 50%, like it hit the 50% fib, and like I said, there are times where the 50% fib gets hit and price just keeps going to the upside. You can buy right here. What I would probably suggest, if you are in fear of missing this buy opportunity, which I don't suggest you should, I would say just be patient and wait for this 1.18700 entry, get better risk to reward. You could get into a buy right here, and I would say put half of your position. So like, let's say if you're risking 2% of your account, right? Let's say if you're risking 2% of your account on this trade, which I say 1 to 3% max per trade. Let's say if you want to get into this, I would say put half of your position up here at 1.18950, and then another half at 1.18700. So you put, like, let's say if you're risking 2%, you put 1% here, and then you put another 1% at 1.18700. So if you do end up not getting that 1.18700 pricing, you still have 1% of your trade going. But again, it's all about risk to reward ratio to me. It's all about risk to reward ratio to me. So like, let's say for instance that my take profit is up here at 1.19700, right? If I take this trade at current price, my risk to reward is a 1 to 5. I'm risking 50 pips to get 75 pips. It's not bad. I'm like, it's not terrible. But then if you take that same thing and then you take it at this entry, which is like, again, one of the main reasons why I use fib, it then changes to a 1 to 3.93, basically a 1 to 4. And I'm risking 25 pips to get 101 pips. See what I mean? So that's why I'm just like, if you want, you can get into this entry, because I do like the buy opportunity on arbitrage right here. And again, I have the exit alert on, and I don't care if I'm not gonna wait for the candle to close. I'm gonna just be like straight up like, yo, what's up? Because even on this, you get a better take profit area than where I'm looking to take profit at, and the stop loss would be naturally under these lows. That's just my arbitrage setup, and this is a 1 to 3. So this is even a good risk reward trade. I'm probably going to end up taking this. In fact, I am. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this. So I'm hedging, right? I'm in a sell overall with Euro USD. I've taken partial profits, and my stop loss is at break even. I'm going to get into the hedge, and I'm going to get into these two trades. So I'm going to risk like 0.5% of my account probably on this, and then another 0.5%, because I like risking 1% of my account on trades. So especially if I'm getting two different positions, that's definitely, I'm gonna get that. So if you want, you can go ahead and take a screenshot of that. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, so let's go ahead and go on over to AUD USD. All right, so AUD USD, same thing, is basically already done the move. Dang, it actually played out nicely. This did a triple bottom, which I don't regularly see play out. Wow, that's interesting. 1, 2, 3. I don't see triple bottoms play out that often. But yeah, AUD USD's already basically done its move. And what is going on with my line? Oh, that's my 0% is what I had turned off. My bad. But yeah, AUD USD's already came to my zone that I would have wanted. I would have wanted to look for pricing or wanted to look for an entry. So that's that on there. But it could definitely come back since your USD hasn't gone there and the DXY hasn't gone there yet. It can, but overall, same thing, guys. Like, it's the same thing across the board, like I mentioned on my weekly analysis. Price bouncing off this demand zone. I want to see that retracement, continuation to the downside. So I've already missed AUD USD, so it is what it is. So that must mean that GA is going to be dropping, which that's a good sign for me. Okay, so yeah, AUD USD, it's already basically made its move. I can't get into this right here. Let me go see what arbitrage is looking like. So arbitrage 2-hour time frame hasn't called for that sell yet. So that's a good, for the buy yet. So that's a good sign, but I'm pretty sure the 1 hour has. Okay, so the 1 hour even called for a fake out sell. Although it could be that it is going to sell and that it's telling you you'll get out. But for me personally, I don't think so. Because first of all, when I'm looking at the candlestick pattern, this looks like the morning star and bullish engulfing candle on after the doji. I like that. And then also on arbitrage, when I'm seeing these yellow candlesticks, that means that there's price is bullish. Not as bullish as with the green candles, but price is bullish. So I like this. I still like the signs. Level Pro, it's at ground zero right now, so I like the bias overall. I still like the bias on that, but I'd rather just set the 2 hour at this point, and then I'll try to get in at the 2 hour. So long, once per bar close, create. I'd rather just wait for the 2 hour at this point. It's already almost there. Why not? So when that happens, I'll take a look at it. I might or might not drop it in the chat. So let's go on over to UChef, USD-CHF. Let's see what you got for me. All right. So same thing, guys. Overall, well, not same thing, because I was saying that although yes, I do think that price could just reject right here, which that's what it looks like it's doing. It's still this supply. There's still this supply zone. It's just like the sell box. If I was looking for sells, that price could still come up to. So I was still watching for that. But if I'm going over to the smaller time frames, let me delete that. I'm still like same thing. I'm still looking for price to come down over here. I don't know why I don't have an alert there. Okay, so alerts are important, guys. That lets you stay off the charts. Alerts let you stay off the charts and helps your FOMO. So what I'm going to be looking for overall for UChef is same thing with Euro USD, just the opposite of it. Is I want to see price. Man, these allergies, yo. I'm saying. 15 minute 0.92200. That's why I want to see price go up to and then make that make that drop to the downside. That's what I would love to see on UChef for a possible entry. Price has been climbing up, and it's been the volume isn't even in the market like the USD right now, right? So let me check real quick what news looks like, because I kind of forgot, to be quite honest with you. Okay, 1 p.m. USD news today. What's tomorrow looking like? Flash PMI, okay, 845. All right, cool, awesome. So yeah, there might be, oops, wrong place. There might be some volatility in the market. Who knows? Today, because of the testifying of federal power. I don't even know what that Fed is. I don't even know if he's federal or I don't know what the Fed stands for. So whatever. I'm just being honest. I don't pay attention to any of that political nonsense, to be quite honest. So 0.92200 is what I'm looking for, and then dropping to the downside. 0.91350 is basically where I would like look to take my profits from. So setting an alert here. And then, so let me scoot this up. There we go. All right, so let's see how that plays out. I have a good feeling it's gonna happen, but same thing. UChef 2-hour time frame is riding on the upper danger zone. It could just chill right here. And again, guys, the risk to reward isn't even terrible from here. If you were to take, let's say if you were to take a sell right here, I like the magenta, telling me the price has bearish pressure on it. You know, you just still have a good risk to reward ratio of taking this trade. In my honest opinion, I'm gonna go ahead and set the exit alert as well. I have a lot of alerts set because there's just so many setups. That's why I like it when price does big moves like that, because then you could find like a lot of possibilities. So I'm gonna go ahead and do short exit all. And again, I'm not even gonna wait for the candle to close. Once that alert pops up, I'm gonna want to see what price is doing, and that's gonna make me feel like, am I gonna want to just make my stop loss like right here, or if I'm gonna keep my stop loss right here. I recommend keeping that 45 pip stop loss, honestly. And the reason I'm not looking at the 1 hour is because, I mean, look at the bands they contracted so much. Once the bands contract like that, I don't like taking trades from that said band. I want to see an expanded band, you know. So, because then this just tells me that, okay, price is gonna make a move, like it's gonna make an impulsive move one way or another eventually. So 4-hour time frame looks like it might be starting to set up, but it's not quite there yet. So that's why I'm looking at the 2-hour right now. I just look at the 2-hour when the 1 hour is like acting a fool. So have that alert set, see what's up later on. Let's go on over to the VIX. All right, let's see what the VIX is talking about. Where my rank goes, or I mean Hakanashi. Okay, so VIX, man, this pushed down very fast for me. This pushed down pretty darn fast, in my opinion. I still want to see 16.78 get hit. That's what I had talked about on a Sunday. But again, it's just really, it came down pretty fast, and I don't want to have to get into a trade where I'm going to take a loss like how I took a loss with the cryptos. But again, I gave a lot of warnings to that, so I know why. Again, you want to play both ends. That's the reason why I like playing both ends, so that you could understand, okay, this is why I could potentially take a loss. So yeah, so with the VIX, I'm honestly just going to wait for this to see what this alert's going to do. I'm not going to get into any of the price even pushed up a little higher, so let me actually push that up higher. Okay, so 17.02 might be what I'm looking for now, which makes a lot more sense, but I can still see 16.50 getting hit. Until price breaks down below 15.04 or 15 period, I can't say that I am bearish on this. Like, I want to see price go to the upside really, but I mean, well, I can. What am I talking about? Because this thing is extremely bearish. So you just gotta be careful out here. Just be careful. I'm gonna go over to. Let me. You know what? Let me see what our. You know, I can only look at this with Hakanashi candles. So let me see what RB's looking like. I want to see what it looks like long term. 4-hour time frame is already hit take profit basically on the VIX, so that makes a lot of sense. And the daily, okay, it's not the greatest looking. What's the weekly like? Okay, the weeklies, I like how, okay, this is definitely a strong resistance if the weekly's looking like this. Or support, sorry. So, gotta really watch out. Or it can be a resistance, honestly. With that wick to the upside like that, definitely can. We'll see how this week closes. But I really don't want to trade the US indices, low-key. So I'm just gonna be patient and wait to see what's up. Probably. Well, not probably, I am. S&P, same thing. It moved way too fast. I'm so glad that I didn't get in, and I'm so glad that I didn't pay attention to that alert. And price even pushed down a little lower. And even at that, I still now, what I'm looking at is I'm not even looking at this type of play. I'm looking at, okay, price can still definitely make a move right here, you know. So if the VIX goes and hits that alert, most likely the S&P would probably come up and like wick 42 through 40 or something like that for a potential sell. But I'm waiting to see what the VIX is gonna do. I'm not gonna try to like catch a top or anything like that right here. So no, it's gonna set me alert. It's gonna set it, yeah, of course. That's funny. So yeah, I'm gonna wait to see what price is gonna do up here at 42.40. Again, this is pretty risky. I'm not gonna lie, this is really risky. But you can play it if you would like, because if you don't take risks, you won't be able to make money, right? That's just that. So watch for that. Let me go into arbitrage real quick, see what RB's talking about. Yeah, even the way how the buy played out, like you see when I couldn't play it. This is another reason why I'm like, nope, I can't get in it. It just looks terrible. 4-hour time frame, it looks like it's probably gonna call a buy. And again, if it calls a buy, I'm not trying to get into it like that. Daily time frame, it never even called for a sell. So for all we know, look at the daily candle at that. I'm not even gonna pay attention to the US indices like that. It's a no for me. Again, y'all could try it, but I'm not with it. I'd rather go for something else. So I'll watch the VIX though. I'll see what the VIX is doing. US 30, about the same thing, I would say. Like, I'm kind of skeptical about I'd rather get the highest possible pricing and potentially miss rather than trying to get over there. So 34313 would be what I'm looking for. This actually kind of looks better. Kinda. Yeah, it actually does, because it hasn't reached up there. Even when it was from these highs, it was only from when price was at from this right here that it was like, okay, I'm still chilling right here. But I wouldn't try to get into that. So I'm just gonna play it safe and look for entries up here for US 30, right? Daily time frame, it's still bearish, so that's a good sign on US 30. 4-hour time frame, it does look like it's holding at this RSI line and upper danger zone, so they could potentially drop to the downside. But again, I'm just gonna be patient. I'm not looking to play these. And even if I were trying to play these, it'd probably have to be for a buy, because it made that push to the downside, up, retest, continuation. 1-hour time frame, it's hit at the upper danger zone, so it could definitely use this as a resistance until it breaks to the upside, right? Then it becomes support, yada yada yada. Same thing as regular Forex or regular support resistance. 30-minute time frame, on the other hand, looks promising. So again, it could be literally this type of playing out right now, where prices from this high were dropped. It is at my sell zone for this, but just because I want actually, you know what? Because S&P, I'm not looking for price to go up quite that far either. So maybe this might be the play. Who knows? Maybe this might be the play right here for price to come up at 34035. Now that I'm really looking at it, because I'm not mad at US 30. It's S&P that I'm mad at. US 30 just looks like, okay, then this might be where I'm gonna continue to the downside. So see what that does for me. I will be looking for that. NASDAQ, I'm not why am I trading with Hakanashi candles? Hold on. Let me go back real quick. Hold on. Yeah, I like that bearish candle. Yeah. I'm gonna see what the open does. If it can fake out to the upside then push down, that might be quite like nice. US NAS 100. I don't know what to say. It's at these all-time highs. That's kind of scary to me. So I'm gonna stay away from NAS 100. I'm just gonna draw this out for y'all. So if you want to try it, that's you. I would not try to sell. I'd rather try the other ones, to be quite honest. Don't try NASDAQ. And even though, again, it's all risky plays because these are still at highs, but I want to see these things drop. So let's go and look at tacos. Oh, and if you're asking me about arbitrage for NASDAQ, I promise you everything's bullish. I don't even have to look at it. I promise you everything's bullish. Alright, so USD, Mexican, same play as with the other US indices. I like how it's holding at the supply zone that I drew. So let me go on over to the 30-minute time frame. Okay. So same thing as all the others, guys. Like I would say personally, because this fit played out on the small time frame, something like this would be solid. I would like for a price to come back up to like 20.63416 would for my possible sell entry. Not 100% sure how I feel about that entry, or if I would want to do from this high and then get 22 point. Yeah, I'd give me this. Because then, yeah, if I get that, because then let's say that if it's this type of move, then I'll be catching that 78.65 type of thing. You know, it's just how you really look at the fibs. It's just, I know Peyton would be like, no, you're drawing it, man. Love you, Peyton. All right, so anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and set this alert right here. 20.66100 will be fire for me for an entry for a potential sell. And so, yeah, that's what I'm looking for on USD Mexican. I'll probably, whatever looks best to me is what I'll drop in the chats, and then I'll say this is what I'm getting into. All right, so gold. I know a lot of you guys in those chats, y'all were killing gold. I see y'all. I might not be saying anything, but I see it. So overall, only thing I'm not crazy over with the way how gold looks right now is that it looks like it could literally just keep dropping. Because if I draw, let me get rid of this larger fib real quick. If I draw this from this high to this low, although there's really no volume with this candle right here, so that's what's telling me, okay, that's good. And there's more volume down at these lows, but then price continue pushing lower after that. So that's what I'm like, price could literally just reject off of here and then continue to the downside. So that's why I'm iffy about gold, especially with how price had dropped. Hold on. Oh, my bad. Never mind. But what I am still seeing, or what I am still, God, it just I I would rather have wanted to see price like really like try to like at least come up to these highs, or at least go a little bit higher, because overall I would want to see a retracement down to 1772 or 1769 and then price continue bullish, right? But I don't know. I personally am gonna leave gold alone a little bit for now. I just would rather get this 1863, so I'm not even gonna play the retracement unless arbitrage gives me something. Let me see what RB got for me. And even so, because look, right now it just looks like price is flagging out. It just looks like price is gonna make like a bearish flag or something like that. So here, let me even make it a little better looking. So I'm not even gonna try, and I'm just gonna wait for if a bear flag is gonna happen, it breaks out to the downside. There it is there, right? So let me go ahead and look at arbitrage. 30-minute time frame is calling for a sell, and it's holding right there. So, hey, there's a confirmation for you right there. 1 hour time frame. If anybody would have tried to buy this, then the buy would have hit take profit, right? There's another confirmation right there for you. The price is rejecting off of that. That's like, once I see the rejections off of the upper danger zone, that just means that price is using it as resistance to me. 4 hours very bearish. It's not even, it's set, it looks like it might be setting up, but it's not close to getting there. And daily time frame is definitely bearish. So hey, again, to me it looks like price could just continue falling on gold. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it alone, because I'd rather get that retracement. Let's go on to these cryptos. Ah, man. The lower they get, I get a little happier. Sorry, I'm really, this is really gonna sound bad. This is really gonna sound bad. But the lower that these go, I really get happier, because it's only giving me more opportunities to invest more, and then long term make more money off of the cryptocurrency. So although there's a whole bunch of people that are like, oh no, my cryptos that I've made, I'm losing money and all that stuff. It is what it is, right? If you didn't realize profits, then you might not be able to get to those prices again until probably the next halving. I'm not sure about that. I'm not saying that we're not in the bull market or anything quite yet. I personally think that price is going to drop lower, but the possibility of us still being in the bull market exists. But based off of what these, and I've been saying it for the past like month and a half or so, the way how things look, it doesn't look like that, right? So I would just say for Bitcoin, like, it's made these, it found support down here so many times. Do you guys honestly think that that the price is gonna hold here and then go bullish, or do you guys think its price is gonna go lower? Me, I think price is gonna end up going lower. 27,000, it just looks more and more realistic every single day. 22,000, 17,000, even 10,000, it looks realistic, because the way how these cryptos are going. And I, again, remember how I mentioned I did not like how price bounced off of this zone right here. I didn't like it. So that's why I'm just like, at this point, hey, I'm like I said, if we would have tried to get into the swing, we would be in deep losses right now. That's why I said I was only willing to take this type of trade. You have to know when to risk more or less, you know, or you need to know when to say, okay, this is where I'm going to stop, and I'm not even going to try to get in again. Because if I would have tried to get in at, like, let's say 32,213, I'd be in deep drawdown right now. So that's why you got to play things smart, you know. That's why you got to play things smart, and you got to attack these markets like a little different. So, and again, guys, it's making a double bottom right now. Hey, if you are that trader and you want to go ahead and try and catch a double bottom, you want to have a small stop loss, like let's say right here, boom, stop loss right there. Oh, boom, I caught a sniper. If you want, by all means. I think you're gonna get wrecked, but you can try it, like, because especially with how volume was right here, price just looks like it's gonna keep going. So Yeah, like I said, these cryptos are looking like they're gonna drop, and I'm just glad that Peyton and I have been giving this warning about anything margin trading wise is not necessarily the greatest idea unless you have those small stops like how I had given on Sunday, right? Because it's just really risky to try to get into these markets. Look at the daily time frame. Look at this daily candle yesterday. This is, and the volume matches up with this volume right here. Like, this looks like it's gonna keep falling. So if you like, again, if you are the type of trader that wants to try selling at a support, because look, price bounced up once, it bounced up twice. First time it bounced up, it was higher, but this just looks like that is what I would be looking for. If this plays out, that's what I would look for. But again, it's just really risky at this point in time. Anything that you try to buy on the cryptos is very much risky, and the weekly is not looking great. But we still have 5 days and 13 hours left, so this can change at any time. But the weekly is looking like it's just going to keep falling. And hey, I've already given these targets on multiple videos in the past, so you guys can go check those out if you need to. That is for Bitcoin. Let me go on over to arbitrage. 1 hour bearish. Oh, I promise you, everything's bearish. 4 hour bearish. Daily time frame back to calling the sells. That's why I didn't want to buy off this. That's why I didn't want to buy off of this like that. I had mentioned it. And weekly. If this weekly closes, I hate this 10K price. But price can get to 10K realistically. I really hate that 10K price. But this weekly, it keeps printing out blue candles. Once we start seeing magenta candles, I have to be very much bearish. I have to be bearish in the cryptos, which I kind of already have been. So, yeah, let's go on over to Ripple. That's tough. That's a tough pill to swallow for some, but again, I'm happy about it because that's giving me opportunities for me to be able to invest in the cryptos long term. Ripple's out of here, 57 cents. Ripple is gone. So, with that being said, 54 cents, here we come. Again, I'm happy that this is happening because then it's giving me better chances for me to accumulate money and put them into these cryptos and dollar cost average them so that when the next bull run comes and price hits the likes of Ripple underperformed more than all these cryptocurrencies in this bull run, because with it dropping like this, it's just making me feel like, okay, at this point it's really like out of here. Like, and that, again, that's why. Let me go into the 1 hour time frame real quick. That's why we had a very small stop loss, because imagine if we didn't just stop right here and we try to get in again right at 0.698, or 69 cents or something like that. We would have been in the negative. So again, just taking certain measures before price drops hard is efficient, you know. So 54 cents looks good. And again, guys, like, whatever money that you have on the side, like if it's $50, $100, whatever, you can put it into these cryptos if they're dropping like this, because history repeats itself. Again, Ripple, it underperformed, and I feel like this is going based off of more of the dominance of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and also, you know, there's just the cryptos, they all have a bull run. So if the bull run is done, then it is what it is. But as you can see here, Ripple way underperformed. So that's something that's good. We still have the SEC lawsuit going on and stuff like that. I still am going to be putting my money into these cryptos any chance that I can get at this point. So, and then even look at this volume compared to the other candles. Yeah, this is what it is. That is the game that you got to play, man. So Ripple, same thing, weekly time frame. It looks like these guys are ready to go bearish, man. It looks like they are ready to go bearish. We've been saying it though, right? We've been seeing it. Again, multiple times have I said that these are going to go bearish in my past videos. If you need to check them out, you can. LITECOIN, they're out of here. Like 120. I'm happy with these prices. I can't emphasize that enough. But if you're trying to get into anything right now, you got some confidence. Let me just say that, because let me not say what I really wanted to say. Just to be proper. But anyways, yeah, so let's see what these cryptos are going to do, because let me actually see what I have for LITECOIN in here. Dang, for price to come back up to 329, it's not looking like it's going to happen. So this is where would be on a weekly scale, on a weekly time frame. We're looking at LITECOIN made a double top at its all-time highs. This would be an area where it's good to like say, okay, this is where I'm gonna put majority of whatever I'm trying to invest in. Like I had mentioned, I said, oh, 180, 146, 118. You want to like put half, then half, or 30%, 30%, 30%, or whatever it is with your whole investment. And then from there, now you just start putting small stuff as price drops, as price drops, as price drops. Because again, for chances of these cryptos just dying off and never coming back into existence, yeah. I don't think so. So just you want to be smart with this. Don't try to trade anything margin wise, or if you're gonna try to trade anything margin wise, do it with like, be careful. But bearish market, I think we are very much coming to. I want to see what the fear index is. I have not looked at that in a minute, to be quite honest. Let me see. Let me see what that fear and greed meter looking like. A 10. Last month was 14. We are at a 10. Man, okay, so again, with that being said, there's extreme fear in the market. You definitely want to get in and you go to your exchanges and buy these cryptos. And even if you are fearful of your investment, don't look at it. But I'm telling y'all, this is going to take off again. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, maybe not next month. But that's why you gotta have a long-term mentality when it comes to this. And that's why I'm looking directly at the camera, because I'm being so serious when I say this, that if you really want to like break generational curses and stuff like that, if you're in that position, because I know I am in that position, that you have to have a long-term mentality for things, and you don't want to follow the hype. So that's why Peyton and I really do this stuff, you know. But anyways, let me go ahead and continue off with this. I don't want to go off into a tangent. But yeah, this is probably most likely going to drop. So let's go ahead and look at Ethereum. Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum is the one that's had the most resistance on this, if anything, in my opinion. Again, that's why you have to take your losses very quickly, because I would have been in major losses if I would have tried to get in like any further or anything like that, you know? Like if I were to be in this, from this down here, I would be in major drawdown. So overall, don't try to get into Ethereum quite yet. Wait some before. Ooh. Yeah, bring you back here. I'm gonna wait for all this to happen. I'm not gonna try to rush into these cryptos because there's no need to. Yeah, you can try to sell at the support or whatever, but that's just not for me. And with with Ethereum, oh, I don't have anything on here for Ethereum. That's weird. Okay, let me just do one real quick. From these lows to these highs, Ethereum still has a lot more down that it can go, but it definitely outperformed. It definitely outperformed, and it was lovely. It was just like with Bitcoin, and like we said, I mean, like Peyton says all the time, and he has so much. Peyton's love for Ethereum is like my love for Ripple. We have so much faith in them that they could do so much good for society in the future that you want to be in these, because these have so much more upside that they can go to that we can't even fathom. So again, these prices, they still have not been met. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight them now because I'm surprised that I didn't highlight them on a different chart. These will be prices where I would be putting, if like, again, if you had, this is from like my crypto video that I've made in the past. If you have like $3,000 or something like that, let's say that you put some up here, okay? You put like, let's say like 500 up here. If you were saying that, oh, I think price can still go bullish, then you put another like 750 here, 750 here, then you put the rest down here. And then if price keeps dropping, then you could start putting small money in as it goes. And then overall, long term, these prices are going to get met and they're going to double. So price came up to 4,409. Next bull run, 8,000 expected. And don't be surprised about it. You heard it here first. So that's what the cryptos overall. Let me just go back to the GBP pairs, and then I am done. Unless anybody has anything else they want me to look over. So GU, as I mentioned, I wanted to see price push to the upside for the sell, then continue to the downside, reject off of this low demand zone that I had here. Overall, we can still possibly see this play happen right here. I don't like seeing this candle. That must mean that EU must have taken off without me, and if it did, oh well. So yeah, price could still come down to 1.38281 and then push to the upside some more. I don't know if that's going to happen based off of what I'm seeing off of this candle, but we shall see. I am still going to have my alert here for it. I said alert. Who am I? Alert here, create, and so I'm still gonna watch out for that, but I don't know how, based off of the candle, if it's gonna happen. 1 hour time frame, it looks it doesn't look that great to me. So 2 hour time frame, same thing as with the others. It's I would have wanted to buy down here rather than up here, so I'm just gonna have to wait for my alert to get set before I try to get into GU. I'll go ahead and set the exit alert. If I get any exits, the only time you guys probably see me ever post arbitrage charts in the charts anymore is if there's exits. If there's exits, I'm like, yo, just giving you guys a warning, there's an exit. Other than that, I probably won't like give any in the charts anymore. There's gonna be some changes. I'll be making an announcement at the end of this. So yeah, 2 hour time frame, I could see this definitely happening. I would like I said, I would have rather wanted to get price at 1.38733 and then push up to 1.40720 or something like that. That's what I would have wanted. And so daily time frame, oh, this still has some potential downside, huh? Okay, so this is still magenta, so watch out for that. Let's go on over to GPA. Oops, I did it again. Oh, shout out to Britney Spears. I'm funny. Not really. All right, GA. So GA has definitely been going bullish, and you know, I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. So I'm just gonna be patient with GA some more. Again, I just want to see a bigger move to the downside before I try to take any type of sell on GA. Or if it's gonna, actually go bullish, then let it go bullish. But I am not interested in trying to buy at these highs, quite honestly. So just being patient on GA. Don't have really much to say about it. GBP JPY. Euro GBP probably still. Oh, maybe it didn't. I'll see what it looks like right now. Alright, so your GBP JPY, I had mentioned that I wanted to see price come up to 154.124, and I still want to see that, so I'm going to just be patient with that, not even going to try to get into anything, and then once it gets there, then I'll make my decision if I try to sell it or not. Price is holding at the 4 hours, so if it holds here, I won't be surprised. And it did call for a buy, and it can continue going to the upside. But again, I'm just waiting on the GBPs at this point. Only GBP that I did trade was Euro GBP. That went into profit, and my stop loss is at break even, and it got hit at break even. So first of all, let me go ahead and move this to break even. Secondly, I'm gonna get rid of this because I was looking at it before I got on. So price, I had got into a buy here at 0.855572, and I had put my stop loss down below these lows. Let me get back here. Sorry, I had put it down here, and so my stop loss was about 22 pips, right? Or 20 pips, I think, something like that. Price had moved 22 pips to the upside, so I moved my stop loss to break even. Played out nicely, but now my stop loss got hit at break even. I'm okay with that. I should have taken my profits up here. I should have taken partial profits up here, because on arbitrage, and I'll go ahead and explain that to you, there were a lot of turning points that were telling me that, oh, price can turn around right here, so you might want to take your profits. But that's all good. I'm okay with that because I still see the possibility. Let me get rid of this, of price pushing to the upside, and I'll show why right here. Let me just move this right here real quick. So 1 hour time frame. Doesn't this look like exactly the type of move that I was looking for? But now I'm doing it on a smaller time frame. Boom. So that's why I'm like, the possibility, and I like the volume, how there's not really that much big volume off of these big candles. So the possibility of price still going and pushing to the upside exists. So just know that buying here is not a terrible idea if you really are about that life. It really is not a terrible idea. Your stop loss, you would want it to be either under these lows. Oops, let me push this a little higher. You would want this to be under these lows, like at 0.85460, or you want it to be under 0.85400. That's just my opinion about the play. But overall, my stop loss got hit at break even, so unless I see some price action on the lower time frames that are like, okay, this is gonna turn around, I can't get back into this. So that's just me. That's how I do things. And with that being said, is there any questions? Does anybody want me to look at anything, any other charts, any other pairs or anything like that? If not, I'm gonna go ahead and take off. Let me see what EU's doing. Okay, made a little push, then rejected. I like that. Nothing? All right. Well, thank you guys for checking out my analysis. I do appreciate it. Let me go ahead and stop the recording real quick on here.
The recording has stopped.
So the changes that are going to be happening, I'm going to be changing up my analysis style. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to be doing that, but Next Wave will be releasing very shortly, and so those who are in Next Wave, they will be able to get the full benefit of my full analysis, and that's just how it's going to have to be, because I want to be able to give those of my students the best of what I can give them. But I will still be giving very, very good analysis. Like, I'll be giving some opportunities all over. I still be doing my 2 weekly analysis, but again, I'm switching up how I'm doing it. It's going to be more arbitrage based rather than technical analysis based, but I will still be giving out a lot of gems as per usual, because again, you guys, the reason why I do this is so that you guys can get value out of it. I don't expect anything in return from all of this, So with that being said, just know that there's going to be changes next week. I'm not 100% sure again how I'm going to be making those changes. I'm still going to be looking over my regular pairs, but I'm going to be changing the format of how I do my analysis, because again, I'm going to be saving the best of what I can offer to my students rather than to the free analysis. I have to switch that up, because that's what Next Wave we've been working on for the past 6-7 months. That's what we've been trying for, because we want to give our students the best that we can. So with that being said, thank you guys for checking out my analysis. I appreciate it. Later.